Hi and welcome to another Music Masterpieces, and tonight we are heading all the way back to 1980 and to a group who had a huge 1970s before they had quite a band lineup change, in as much that people that were in the background came to the foreground much more. And around about 1977, 1978, Phil Collins, who went on to have a huge solo career, came much further forward. The band became much smaller, with Mike Rutherford and Tony Banks, and what I would call really an album that I think has really lasted the test of time over the years. And before Sleep Token brought out Take Me Back to Eden in 2023, this album was my number one album. And from it, let's get into it. This is Heathaze.
No cloud, a sleepy calm, sun-baked earth that's cooled by gentle breeze, and trees with rustling leaves, only endless days without a care, nothing must be done.
The lyrics to this song is like you wake up in the morning, there's no cloud, it's a sleepy calm, and you look out and it's 27, 28 degrees, the earth's baked, but there's a tiny breeze. It's just this lovely lyricism already in this track. And just as I was talking about Euclid with Sleep Token in the last video, this particular opening, you could hear, it's like this was considered to be progressive rock, this group, but with both Genesis and Sleep Token, they could go off in all kinds of different directions. And sometimes they just wrote really, really great songs and really great lyrics. And let's continue with the next line, which is silent as a day can be.
Silent as a day can be.
Lovely guitar coming in.
Far off sounds of others on their chosen run, as they do all those things they feel give life.
Great vocal this.
Even if they're down, it's time to stop this dreaming. Must rejoin the real world, as revealed by orange lights and a smoky atmosphere.
There's a line in Sleep Token's Euclid where he talks about a sunset skyline, and there's a line in this, as revealed by orange lights and a smoky atmosphere, and it's kind of like these sort of decades difference. And maybe when Vessel was writing Euclid, he never heard Duke, but sometimes you just get these the way in which groups pass things on. Maybe you might have heard it in a background somewhere, but what's interesting about this particular song, and I'll stop talking about Sleep Token now, is that the lyrics, silent as a day can be, far off sounds of others on their chosen run, as they do all those things they feel give life some meaning. So that we just changed this into an opinion now, and this is like, and the next line is, even if they're dull. So it's kind of like, on the one hand, he's sort of talking about, watching people go around about their daily lives and thinking, well, that's exercise, and why would you, maybe you think that gives you meaning, but actually I think that's really dull. And yet that's kind of almost a juxtaposition against this beautiful melody that's going on in this background, this lovely vocal. So already this is a really, really interesting track, 1 minute 24 into it. Let's continue. Change of tone here as well. Just where this is going, where is this going? Now the light is fading fast, chances slip away, a time will come to pass when there'll be none, then addicted to a perfumed poison. It's probably quite well known amongst Genesis fans that when Phil Collins and the band were writing these songs, that Phil was going through a breakup, as was his wife. But obviously his emotions and his feelings about this, and maybe he's sitting there and he started off writing this track and looking at what people do in their lives and just saying, well, I don't like that, it's boring. But now he's sort of talking about how nature and a human being is shaken by the same wind, but whilst the trees seem to lose their leaves, he can't change the way he feels, and so he sinks into this. What I believe in this is drinking, and then it goes on from here, and he says, "Oh, we shall lose the wonder and find nothing in return. Many are the substitutes, but they're powerless on their own." So absolutely incredible lyricism in this, and such great messaging in really interwoven into this melody.
Oh, we shall lose the wonder and find nothing in return. Many are the substitutes, but they're powerless on their own.
Getting that keyboard at this moment is like heralding something else, and then we get this build up. So beware the fisherman who's casting out his line into a dried up riverbed. I mean, this is a metaphor for something else at this point, because then he goes on to say, well, don't try to tell him because he won't believe you. And the line at the end is sort of talking about feeling like an alien and a stranger in an alien place. And it's kind of how we all feel in life sometimes, isn't it? Where we get so caught up in our own emotions and everything that's going on that we feel is happening to us, and we can't see the world in the same way. And I think that is this song. I think this is a person who saw the world in one way and now sees it in a totally different way.
The trees and I are shaken by thy same wind bowed, whereas the trees will lose their withered leaves. I just can't seem to let them loose, and they can't refresh me. Those hot winds of the south feel like an alien. A stranger in an alien place.
Finishes that alien place. I love this way this just gently fades away. Heathaze by Genesis. It is a music masterpiece, and I think that actually the whole of Duke as an album, I would put that as, I still put that in my top albums of all time. And again, it's this great fusion between great songwriting, great singing, great band playing, great production, and also the artwork. I love the artwork on this album. I remember having the actual album itself. I'd have to go and get the artwork down. I can't remember if I've got behind me. You can see up there somewhere. Genesis is on the wall. I don't know if I've got like the album in there or if that's like a print. But in the original album, they had all the lyrics and this character doing different things, running, playing instruments, that sort of thing. And Duke feels like a really lonely album, very emotional album. And I think it resonates with an awful lot of people, whether you look at it as part of Genesis discography as like an album that you appreciate, or whether you think it's a bit self-indulgent. I think it is a Marmite album. I think you either like it or you don't like it. But I think it's got some absolutely killer tracks on it, of which Heathaze, which I think really stands for the oppression of how somebody feels being lonely and seeing the world in a different way after a breakup, and seeing what people do in their lives and just looking at it and going, I don't understand why you're doing that. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me with another great track, sharing the joy, and I look forward to seeing you soon in the next music masterpiece.